All right, guys, broke out the tiny terror for a video. Let's do it. 410 Shockwave. Not something you see every day. Let's have some fun. All right, guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with iRight Veteran 8888, and apparently I can't count because I thought I was out, but I wasn't. And we're going to be taking a look at this Shockwave. This is a 14-inch barrel shotgun that kind of falls into that weird like NFA purgatory type of territory, that kind of strange firearm kind of thing. And we've got an SB brace on this, little M16 sling. Nice short compact package. I got this particular gun at Big Daddy Unlimited for Brandy. I wanted her to have a short configuration shotgun for the house, kind of a lady's companion, so to speak. Really gentle to shoot, super gentle recoil impulse, really easy to handle. 410 shotguns are great. And as far as I know, really Mossberg is the king of the hill when it comes to pump action 410s. This one will hold 4+1 3-inch. In terms of your capacity. It'll hold 5+1 with the 2.5s, okay? Now that was some Hornady critical defense. Now this particular ammo we ran in the intro there is their triple defense. It's got a 41 caliber FTX slug and two 35 caliber round balls moving at 750 feet per second. So that's a pretty solid amount of energy transfer that you're getting there. In terms of the slugs that we're running, I picked up some of the Golden Bear 3-inch 410s. Slugs. They're 97 grain Sabo slugs. And it's kind of cool the way that these slugs are loaded because the shell is kind of like crimped over, almost like a Nagant cartridge, which is kind of cool. And that little bit of a lip there really helps with the feeding and stuff. So we're going to run a couple of these slugs a bit for fun. And it's funny, I actually picked up all of this stuff on Big Daddy in one shopping trip. I got the brace, the gun, the ammo, everything from one place. So that was kind of convenient there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and load 4 in the magazine. Now, one thing I will say on the 410 is that the port for loading the shells is a little bit smaller. You know, it is a physically smaller gun to deal with. All right, let's shoot a few of these slugs. Have a bit of fun here. All right, got your safety located on top of the action, just like a standard 590. All right. Shoot a couple of slugs here for fun. Okay, slugs are grouping good, shooting about this high at close range. So I missed those couple of first two there. Let's shoot a couple of more. I really wanted this to just be kind of a companion shotgun for Brandy to run a little bit. Not that she can't handle the recoil of a higher recoil in gun, but I just thought this would be kind of cute for the house. And these 100 grain slugs are certainly no slouch, something you don't want to mess with. And I would imagine a home intruder would have a very bad day to walk into this, okay? All right, I'm going to group a few of these slugs. Oh yeah. Definitely a bad day for anybody who wants to come into the home front uninvited. All right. Really cool stuff. One thing I will mention on the 410 Shockwave is I was really surprised at the lack of accessories for these guns that are out there. I expected to see more like, receiver rails and stuff. The receiver is drilled and tapped, but I couldn't really find, I'm not sure if the hole patterns are the same as a 12 gauge 590. That's something I'd have to look into, but I was surprised to not see more flashlight fore ends and more rails or other types of accessories, shell plates. I really wanted to kind of trick this thing out for her, and I was just kind of shocked to only see the brace available as an option, but kudos to SB for providing a brace for this particular gun because this is really cool. All right. Couple of slugs. Let's see if we can take out our sodas down there. And this is just a bead sight on this thing, so real simple arrangement. Cool. All right, let's run a couple of bird loads. Now this is not really the intended purpose of this gun. I kind of got this as a, like I said, a home companion, but let's give it a try here. And sorry guys, I got to reload in between every tube, so bear with me here. All right, these are Winchester AA Max Dram number 9 bird. This is a 1/2 ounce load. So this type of shotgun is really handy if you want to have like a little walking companion for snakes or small game. You know, it could be at home for that. All right, Birdshot. Take out a few of our sodas and see if the Birdshot will penetrate it at about 25 yards here with the bird. Oh yeah. That'd take out a jackrabbit or a squirrel or a snake or something like that. That was too much fun. I'm gonna have to run a couple more of those. You know, the price on 410 ammo has kind of gone down a bit in recent years. It hasn't been quite so bad. The slugs I got for a pretty reasonable price on Big Daddy, so I decided to pick up quite a few of those because I want to do a lot of testing with them. You know, I'd seen the Golden Bear slugs and just haven't done a lot of work with them. So I wanted to pick more of those up to kind of play around with them. But all in all, not bad. You know, the Hornady critical defense stuff is a little pricey. Out of all the rounds that I've shot, that one seems like it has the most oomph, so to speak. I mean, it's a 410, but all right, let's pattern that Birdshot on the plate over there. Pretty widespread on the Birdshot. Oh yeah, this is a cylinder bore barrel, which, you know, really lends itself to shooting a wide variety of different ammo. I'm pretty sure they weren't intending this to be a, you know, a fowl hunting or, you know, going out and shooting trap or skeet or anything like that. Let's run some more of these critical defenses. So the purpose of this video is kind of like twofold, right? I mean, one thing, you know, anytime I get a new gun for Brandy, I like to really take this thing. I mean, she shoots it too, but I like to take these things out and sort of document what we're going through and kind of show off what we're dealing with. And it allows me to kind of test what ammo she's going to be using in this thing, kind of see where it's hitting, and also to kind of break it in, make sure it's going to work good. And then we take it home, clean it up good for her, and she's good to go. So this is one of Brandy's little guns, and I'm sure she's going to really enjoy the heck out of this little thing. Okay. All right, this is the Hornady Critical Defense. That's our 41 caliber slug and the little round balls in there. All right, put a few on this plate over here and see where they're grouping. I'm just gonna aim at the center of the plate. Oh yeah, I can't count. Exceptional group there. Now that's 25 yards away, so that's way further than I feel she would ever be shooting this. This is sort of a home defense type of thing for her, a house gun. And I think the Hornady critical defense is definitely going to be the round that we wind up going with for this. These things are cool, you know. I would say price-wise, they line up a little bit more with the 12 gauges, pretty close in price. So some of you that are looking for the 12 gauge version of this, we are going to do a video on that at some point if we haven't already. You'll have to excuse me. I don't always remember every single detail of every single video. I know we did the TAC 14. I don't remember if we did the Shockwave or not. So we'll check that out if we haven't. But you can get these in 20 gauge and 12 gauge, which is really handy. So some of you are big 20 gauge fans. They are available in 20 and 12. But I felt like the 410 was kind of the underdog, so it'd be something cool to show off. All right, shoot a little bit more. I think you guys get the idea. Have a little fun here. All right, now this is more of the Hornady Critical Defense. Grouping really nice over there. Tell you what, for fun, about 30 yards away, I've got a popper. Let's see if we can knock him down. Yep. I will say this, out 30 yards away or so, that spread, it really does open up considerably. I wouldn't consider this like a 50 or 75 yard gun or anything like that. I noticed the slugs were shooting considerably high, and then our first couple of slugs that we tried at close range were about this high. So that's just something to consider, okay? The buckshot and the slugs grouped a little bit on the high side. On this one plate where we got that critical defense to group so nicely there on that second D28, I was aiming about the middle of the plate. So I'd say it's regulated about 6 inches high. So that's something to consider. Now, if I took one of these slugs right here and wanted to get out to longer range, I mean, I could probably sail one of these slugs in at 75 yards. Tell you what, let me load a couple of more of these. We tried to chronograph these earlier, but we were having some problems, I think, with the wadding. And I couldn't get these to register on the chronograph because I was curious what kind of energy that we were getting out of these. And I will say, when you're loading a 3-inch in this thing, you don't have a lot of room. You have to kind of like start it into the magazine a little bit, especially if you're like me and you're all thumbs and you got big old mitts. It is certainly a tiny port for loading into the magazine tube, so just keep that in mind. Everything is smaller on the 410. Not something you're going to do in a hurry under stress. Let's take a couple of slugs and see if I'm going to aim about the lower third of the plate since this thing is shooting kind of high, and let's see if we can get some slugs to sail in at 75 yards. This wouldn't be where I would consider this gun to excel, but let's try it just for fun. Remember guys, it's a 14-inch barrel that's just a smooth bore, cylinder bore barrel, so I think performance-wise it's doing quite well. All right. That was high. Uh-oh. Yep, we had so basically what happened on the brown bear slugs is we wound up having a round overcome the shell stop and it froze the gun up here. And that's not a problem that you'd be able to clear without taking a tool and pushing it back up in there. So that's not good. So that's certainly not a round I would probably wind up recommending for this particular gun. That's why you always test stuff that you intend to use in a certain gun, right? Now we can push that guy back up in there and it'll overcome, no problem. Maybe. There we go. I at least got it out of the tube. But that's why you check stuff, right? That's why we shoot these guns and test them, so we know. All right, see if we can get that slug to launch in. Yep. At long range, those slugs are definitely all over the place. And I think judging by the way that the critical defense pattern at 35, I would say this gun is probably best regulated to like a, up close and personal, snake charmer, home defense, bedroom, distance, living room distance, real short type of setup. You're on the trails, you see a snake, pal, you want to shoot a snake in the head or something like that. It's good for that type of thing. If you need more carrying energy at longer range, obviously a 20 or 12 gauge is going to be a better choice. But there's no such thing as a free lunch in physics, guys. So what you wind up with, yeah, you have less recoil, but with less recoil, obviously the 410 is not as powerful. So it's a trade-off of power versus maneuverability versus the weight of the gun and the recoil impulse of the gun. This is a very, very gentle gun to shoot. It does not have any recoil at all. So this is perfect for, small framed people, young ladies, young kids. It's the perfect youth type of shotgun that can still scratch sort of the home defense, personal protection itch, or if you're out, on the four-wheeler hanging out, a good little snake charmer. So guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Definitely want to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. All the folks who purchase man cans over on the website, thank you very much. Those of you who purchase t-shirts over on Ballistic Ink, thank you so much for believing in what we do. This is certainly a cool little shotgun. I like it a lot. All right, it kind of is like skirts that NFA territory, which is always fun. Really cool stuff. Guys, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you soon.